One of the practical ways is that we just have to be intentional about this. And so we need to begin to get up each day and pray for Great Commission eyes, that the Lord would give us an opportunity to be able to see the peoples around us, to see the nations around us, and to be able to have opportunities to be able to share the gospel with them. And maybe we come in contact with someone who's a follower of Jesus that's come from another country. That's a wonderful opportunity to be able to encourage them. But maybe we'll have an opportunity to share the gospel with someone who doesn't know Him. And so we've got to be intentional about this. The other thing is that we've got to recognize we're going to make mistakes as we go and as we do this. You know, we're learning as we go, and we've got to be like sponges, just absorbing, you know, knowledge and understanding of the people. We've got to be learners. We've got to allow them to speak into our lives and help us to understand who they are and why they're here. If they came as a refugee, they've got a different background than someone who's an international student studying in the United States. We've got to begin to be as sensitive as we can to their culture and who they are, but we don't compromise on the gospel message that we share. But we have to be sensitive to their culture and their context. And so being a pastor in Birmingham, Alabama, you know, it's not really appropriate for me to invite someone who is Muslim over to my house for a barbecue pork sandwich, which we're so well known for here in Birmingham. So how can we be sensitive to those cultural things, recognizing that we will make mistakes along the way? But we need to be ourselves. We need to die to self, allow the Spirit to fill us, and just learn to walk across the room, walk across the street, connect with the people that are there. And the other thing that I think is important for us to keep in mind is that many of the majority world peoples readily speak about matters related to faith. We typical white Americans try to see that as a category that's very private in our lives, and you never talk about that. But oftentimes that is not the case in much of the majority world that's out there. And so just being willing to again, engage that person in conversation about their beliefs, looking and praying for opportunities to learn from them and to be able to speak gospel truth into their lives as you sow the gospel's threads into their hearts is another very practical way for us to be engaging the strangers next door.